Have an amazing Monday, beautiful people. What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to the show. I'm Chris Williamson, ahead on Geico Sports Night. Guess what? We can finally say the Jets have a victory this season, and it went down to the wire against Dallas. Plus, Carlos Beltran seems all in on becoming a manager, and he spoke with Andy Martino about it. But first, would the Big Maple be sweet as molasses against the Astros to give the Yankees a commanding 2-game lead? Let's find out. Paxton matching up against Justin Verlander. Yankees lefty in trouble in the second. Runners on the corners, one out. Carlos Correa shoots it past Gio Urshela and into the left field corner. Houston gets one. Paxton went just 2 1/3, only 1 run allowed. That's for Verlander. In the fourth, after a leadoff walk, Aaron Judge steps in and look out, hit way out to deep right center. And yes, sir, a 2-run homer. Yankees lead on Judge's first home run this postseason. They're fired up. 5th inning. Yanks turn to Adam Ottavino. His first pitch, he's going to want that one back. Tattooed by George Springer to left. No doubt about this one. It's a 2-2 tie on the Springer dinger. First homer of the series for Houston. In the 6th, Yanks have 2 on and 2 out. Brett Gardner hits the low liner to second. It kicks up Jose Altuve. DJ LeMahieu trying to score. Correa gets it to the plate. We stay deadlocked at 2. Verlander with 6 2/3. Bottom 9, Aroldis Chapman out there with the man on, blows it past George Springer. Game 2 is off to extras. Top 11, 2 on 2 out. Gary Sanchez punched out by Josh James on a pitch that looked outside. He wasn't happy. Yanks weren't happy about this. Jay Happ gives up the walk-off homer to Carlos Correa. In a nearly 5-hour game, the Astros tie the series at a game apiece. All right, so here's the recap of the nearly 5-hour Game 2 marathon. Paxton just goes 2 1/3 despite just 1 earned run. Judge the only offense for the Yanks because Verlander couldn't be touched. 7 strikeouts on the night for him. While the offense was quiet, most of the questions for Aaron Boone went back to his quick hook for his lefty ace.
Just felt like we were, covered as far as today, with getting some length and having guys rested. Obviously, going into an off day tomorrow, we're just going to be aggressive. Thought he was a little struggling with his command, and it ends up, it doesn't end well. But I thought as far as pitching wise, we did a good job of holding them down.
Pretty well played game on both sides. Really good pitching on both sides, and unfortunately, we just we had some chances there, and with some guys on base throughout the game, weren't able to come through with a big hit, and they obviously were there in the end. So just a tough loss, but we got an off day tomorrow, and just reboot. Look forward to getting back home and getting in front of our fans.
Now, the Yankees lineup did not show up Sunday night against Verlander besides Aaron Judge's 2-run bomb. Encarnacion, no fireworks, 0 for 4 and 3 Ks. Gary Sanchez, 0 for 5 with 3 Ks. For more on Game 2, here's our Baseball Night in New York crew. Say hello to Eamon McAnaney.
All right, Chris, thanks. I'm happy to be joined by Mark Malusis, John Harper, and Anthony McCarron. And obviously, this game became a battle of the bullpens, and that was supposed to be the Yankees' advantage. But it turns out to be the Astros' advantage in this game as Aaron Boone emptied the tank with his high leverage guys early. Harp, any questions, any concerns about the decisions Boone made, A, to take Paxton out, or then B, to go to Ottavino and take Green out?
Yeah, a little bit with Green, but I mean, this is the danger of this plan. If you're going to use this many relievers, you better be able to score some runs. Otherwise, you wind up with the plan wasn't to have Jay Happ pitching big innings in extra innings, but they didn't score any runs. So yeah, but my only issue is that Green was going really well. Paxton was struggling. You get him out of there. Green had 26 pitches. I thought he could have gone another inning. That might have changed the scenario as you went forward. But bottom line is you got to score runs at some point.
Yeah, I certainly don't have an issue with them taking Paxton out because I thought he was mostly ineffective. The whole thing about him perhaps tipping pitches, which reared its head earlier this year when he was in Houston, maybe that came up again in Game 2. I don't know, but it wasn't ace-like material from him. So I get it. When Verlander's on the mound, Aaron Boone wants to get the trouble pitcher out of the game as quickly as possible and get the bullpen arms in there. That's fine. I can see the point about Green. Maybe you should have rode with him a little bit longer. I mean, he's not, he hasn't been regularly a 3-inning guy this year, though. So maybe that's what gave them pause. But you're right, John. Like when you start the parade of power arms out of the bullpen that early in a game, that's what you're left at the end. Now, as Aaron Boone said afterward, you can't play like, oh, well, what if we get to the 13th inning, or in this case, the 11th inning, you know, oh, no, we won't be prepared. You got to try to win the game, and I think that's what he was up to.
Yeah, no issue with Paxton. I mean, whether it be tipping pitches, and Paxton hasn't pitched like an ace here in the postseason, and it certainly wasn't an ace in Game 2 on Sunday night. But you put that aside. In terms of Chad Green, I mean, listen, as Boone said in the postgame presser, they're going to need Ottavino to be effective in this series at some point in time. He went to Ottavino. He ends up giving up the game-tying home run at that point in time. I mean, you can get on the Yankee offense, not being able to scratch across any kind of runs against really after Verlander leaves the game. Even Verlander, I don't think was particularly sharp on Sunday night either. It wasn't vintage Justin Verlander, but I really didn't have an issue with either one. You know, I didn't think Paxton was all that effective, you know, whether he was tipping pitches or not. Bregman hinted upon it. You saw that during the course of the Fox broadcast in terms of look at his glove, and then you get to the Green scenario, who's rolling right along, but Chad Green also might be pitching on in Game 4 at Yankee Stadium if they decide to use an opener.
All right, so you guys touched about the lack of offense. You combined Torres, Encarnacion, and Gary Sanchez, a 1 for 14. No Stanton in the lineup going up against Verlander, but to Moose's point, they really couldn't get anything going against the bullpen either, so a bad night for the Yankee lineup.
Yeah, you would think that they would get some traffic going because they have all year. I mean, this was the Major League's most prolific offense during the regular season. You know, the Astros are right there, too, and they're probably a more complete and more balanced offense than the Yankees are. But, you know, they failed in numerous opportunities, too. Moose, I think you said it earlier, they were 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Yeah. So, you know, the Yankees didn't seem to ever have anybody in scoring position, and that was their issue in Game 2. So, look, they've got to do better. I mean, they have to pound. Maybe that going back home is going to do it in that ballpark. Maybe they'll get something going, but of course they're going to face Garrett Cole in Game 3, and he's not exactly an offense's best friend.
It definitely changed the series 2 years ago, going back to Yankee Stadium. They didn't score any runs in Houston either that year. It went back to Yankee Stadium and everything changed. We'll see what happens. Cole obviously is a big factor, but this offense has to get going. It's funny, you know, kind of the joke has been that they don't need Stanton anyway, but in a game like this where one swing changes everything, especially you get into their relievers. Yeah. I mean, he's not a good matchup for a guy like Verlander, but you get into some of the relievers, he could have won that game, so now he's out with a quad. I doubt if he'd be back for Cole, but somebody's going to have to get a couple of those. They're going to live or die with home runs ultimately, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, the Yankee, they go from, you know, obviously a great atmosphere down in Houston. It's going to be a great atmosphere in the Bronx to play the Harps Point. Let's see how that Houston team does handle it. They didn't handle it all that well in 2017. You look at the lineup, certain guys in that lineup that are struggling, which you hinted upon, makes that lineup, when you have Stanton not out of it, now dealing with an injury once again, a little bit easier to work your way through if you're a pitcher or you are a reliever, especially if you have a game plan going in. So, yeah, it's a little concerning, especially when you're going up the likes of Garrett Cole. And Garrett Cole was the best pitcher in the American League this year. He's going to win the Cy Young. And there's a reason why he's going to. I think he is. I mean, I think he is.
Verlander on line 1.
And he's going to get paid a ton of money. Stop.
Before we go Game 3, let's go back to Game 2, because there was one time when they did have men on base, and Brett Gardner gets an infield hit, and they tried to score DJ LeMahieu on.
That was their only hit. I know.
Did you have any questions? Yeah,
I would not have sent him. I would not have sent him if I were never. Now, I know it takes a great play by Correa to gun him at home, and he's got an absolute cannon for an arm. I just thought it was the wrong send because LeMahieu was dead to rights. You're forcing the defense to make a play there. I get it. I understand the argument against it. To me, I didn't think it was the right move.
All right, the Yankees can't score there, and they lose Game 2 down in Houston in extra innings. For Mark Malusis, John Harper, Anthony McCarron, thanks a lot, guys. We now turn our attention to Game 3, but now we send it back over to Chris.
All right, thanks, Eamon. Coming up, Gang Green has been waiting for the return of their franchise quarterback, and Sam Darnold did not disappoint. Highlights of the Jets and Cowboys in a close finish in the swamps of the Jersey. Plus, Joe Girardi and Buck Showalter could be perfect candidates to manage the Mets, but could one of their rivals pose some competition? We'll have the latest when Geico Sports Night returns.
Geico Sports Night is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
You realize your vows are a Whitesnake song?
I do. If you ride, you get it. Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
You need more light, but installation is expensive and small stick-up lights just don't get it done. Why settle for one light when you can have 60? Introducing the Bell & Howell Light Bar, the incredibly powerful portable light with 60 LED lights. Now you can have light anytime, anywhere you need it. Whether it's around the house where you always wished you had more light, or take it outside and finally illuminate that shed. Brighten up your workshop like the pros, or take it with you to get the wide, bright light you need to see everything. And it's so simple, one charge can give you 12 hours of power with 60 LEDs that are rated for up to 10,000 hours. And that means no batteries ever, potentially saving you hundreds. The Bell & Howell Light Bar has two powerful modes, bright mode for everyday use or insane mode with 720 lumens of pure power and is strong enough to be seen from over 2 nautical miles away. So it's perfect for camping, fishing, or hunting. And you can stabilize the light bar anywhere with 2 built-in stands to light up a backyard barbecue or balance right on the engine block under the hood. Then fold in and lay on its back for under the sink. You'll be amazed at all the places you can use it. And when the power goes out, the light bar automatically turns on, keeping you and your family safe. Amazing! And the light bar gives you 60 times the lights of this flashlight. Portable lights are hot, bulky, and can cost hundreds, but the light bar goes anywhere, never gets hot, and weighs in at only 1 pound. When you call or log on now, you'll get the Bell & Howell light bar for the low price of only $19.95. But wait, order right now and we'll ship it to you absolutely free. And when you order today, you can double the offer. Just pay a separate fee. Bell & Howell has been a trusted brand for over 100 years, and the light bar is only $19.95. But you must order now.
To order, call 1-800-537-3145. That's 1-800-537-3145, or order online at trylightbar.com.
The storylines that have the New York sports culture buzzing through the lens of social media reaction.
Let's get the conversation started.
The Thread, presented by Citi. Today at 5, only on SNY.
Cowboys visiting the Jets. Sam Darnold back from mono and under center for the first time since the opener. Late in the first quarter, no score, Jets driving. Le'Veon Bell plunges in from the 2-yard line. First time the Jets have had the lead since week 1. Second quarter, Jets up 7-3. Cowboys gamble on 4th down. Dak Prescott with the QB keeper gets stuffed by the Jets defensive front. Take another look. Rookie Quinnen Williams gets inside the first, a turnover on downs. Next play from scrimmage. Jets backed up in their end zone. Doesn't matter. Darnold goes play action to Robbie Anderson. 92 yards later, the Jets have their second longest TD pass in team history. They led 21-6 at the break. Big moment here in the third. Jets driving and up 21-9. Darnold throws behind Jamison Crowder, is intercepted by Jordan Lewis in the red zone. The only major mistake by Darnold all game. Fourth quarter, still 21-9. Zeke Elliott rushes left and dives in from 5 yards. Jerry Jones, celebrating his 77th birthday, sees his Cowboys down just by 5 after a Sam Ficken field goal. Jets defense looking for one more stop under a minute left, but Prescott powers his way across the goal line. Cowboys trail by 2 on the 2-point conversion. Jamal Adams laying the hammer on the blitz, causing Prescott to rush his throw. Jets get the stop they need. Last chance for the Cowboys on the onside kick. It bounces off Demaryius Thomas, but he's able to pull it back in. The Jets hold on 24-22. Adam Gase gets his first win as the Jets coach. Now, Sunday's game recap is presented by Geico. Darnold made the offense go. Over 300 passing yards, 2 TDs and a pick. Robbie Anderson exploded finally. 125 receiving yards and a score. Zeke Elliott rushed for over 100 yards and got a TD for Dallas. But Sunday, all about the transformation of this team with Darnold under center.
There was a lot of good. Obviously, his pocket movement, creates a lot of opportunities for us. Our guys do a good job of moving with them, and if we can eliminate some of these penalties, and keep some of those third down conversions, that's really what we gotta get better at.
Overall, I was in good condition.
Did you feel like yourself?
Yeah, I definitely felt like myself out there. Especially after the first play to DT, that pass I made to DT, I knew we were going to have a good game offensively. Just a really good week of practice and studying, and obviously a really good game plan going in. So that's really all. And again, I'm just really, really excited for the guys in this locker room. We were starving for a win, and to come out here and do it in the fashion that we did, defense getting a huge stop on the 2-point conversion, wouldn't want it any other way.
Time now for Football Night in New York with SNY NFL insider Ralph Acciano. Be real with me, Ralph. We knew getting Sam Darnold back would make the Jets a more dangerous team, but how much more did you expect him to be so good against Dallas in his first game back after mono?
Yeah, I didn't expect him to be this good. I honestly thought that there would be some sort of a slowing down process at the beginning where they might just take it easy with him, not really rush him, kind of feel it out a little bit. But he came out doing everything that we always expected that he would be able to do. He threw the deep pass, obviously. They ran pretty much every route you could possibly think of, involved every receiver. They let him run. We saw him run the play that everybody held their breath on. He ran for 3 yards up the middle and got horse-collared from behind. He looked like the Sam Darnold of old. Slowed down a little in the second half. I don't think that had anything to do with conditioning or anything like that. I think that was just the way the game was going. But he looked like he was beginning to show all the promise that we expected of him after last year.
A very good sign to see for the Jets. And it's obviously a different ball game with Darnold under center as opposed to Luke Falk. But why does Darnold work so well with this offense that struggled so much before?
Well, for one thing, it's built for him. I mean, everything that Adam Gase has designed all offseason long was with Darnold in mind. Also, his ability to move outside of the pocket, create things when he gets under pressure, and his ability to make quick decisions and throw the ball very fast. That's something that really hurt Luke Falk. He was sacked 10 times a week earlier. A lot of that was because he was holding the ball too long. Things were happening just too fast. Adam Gase's offense is all about quick reads, quick decisions, and that's Sam Darnold's specialty.
And they're only going to get better when they add Chris Herndon back.
No
now,
question.
Let's talk about the defense. They played lights out pretty much for the entire game. How impressed were you with their ability to pretty much shut down Zeke and Dak?
I was impressed. There's no doubt about it. Even without Amari Cooper, who was out fairly early in the game, without the 2 starting tackles for the Dallas Cowboys, the Cowboys can move the ball. Dak Prescott is good. Ezekiel Elliott is good. It took a long time for Ezekiel Elliott to really get going. A lot of that was because of the play of Jamal Adams and Marcus May, the 2 safeties who had, I think, one of their best games together. The defensive front was really strong, and Greg Williams showed no fear in calling blitzes, a lot of pressure packages as well. They really did impress me. They wore down late in the game, but even then, they came up with the big plays when they needed to. They almost stopped the Cowboys from getting that late touchdown, and that last all-out blitz that got them to stop the 2-point conversion, that was a thing of beauty.
I mean, Jamal Adams, that guy was a freaking hawk.
He's a happy guy.
He is a very happy guy. Ralph Acciano, it's always a pleasure. Thanks so much. Coming up, much more on Game 2 from Houston, plus Carlos Beltran chatted with Andy Martino on why he thinks he could make an easy transition from player to manager. Also ahead, the Phillies' potent lineup could be competing with the Mets' young core for years to come. But for now, could they be competing for a new manager? We'll update you next.
Does holding your tablet in bed cause you hand, wrist, and arm pain instead? Does watching your device on the couch make your neck and back say, ouch? When you need to get comfortable, you need PillowPad, the multi-angle pillow stand that makes viewing any device comfortable and hands-free, wherever you happen to be. The secret is in PillowPad's tri-ledge design that gives you 3 different viewing angles for the perfect view every time. All you do is rotate to find the view that works best for you. And here's the best part. With 3 perfect viewing angles, you can comfortably view your device sitting, lounging, even lying down. PillowPad's made from a breakthrough cushioned foam that's ultra lightweight and super soft to gently rest in your lap. Plus, it's firm enough so you can swipe, wipe, or type with precision and speed. No more struggling to hold your tablet. Now with PillowPad, you can view hands-free, pain-free, and comfortably. And because of PillowPad's non-slip fabric and innovative ledge design, it securely holds all your devices, large or small. It fits them all. It's the most comfortable way to binge watch, stay connected on social media, video chat with friends or family. It's great for keeping the kids happy in the car or to all-day game without the pain. And it's not just for devices. Use PillowPad to display recipes. And there's no better way to read your favorite book than with PillowPad. Everyone loves PillowPad because it provides arms, wrist, and joint comfort. Plus, the cover is removable and 100% machine washable. Call or go online now to get your PillowPad in your choice of gray, blue, or burgundy for the special TV discount price of just $19.99. But wait, order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Deluxe PillowPad with the built-in pocket to store your glasses, earphones, and more. Absolutely free. Plus, we'll double your entire order. Just pay a separate fee. You get 2 Deluxe pillow pads for one low price.
To order, call 1-800-488-6748 or go online at pillowpad.com. Call 1-800-488-6748 or go online at pillowpad.com. Order now.
Have you taken a body blow at work? If so, it's good to know that the lawyers at Pasternak Tilker are in your corner, ready to get you back in the ring. Whether you have a workers' compensation claim, personal injury case, or a Social Security disability claim, Pasternak Tilker, Ziegler, Walsh, Stanton, and Romano will fight for you tooth and nail. Call them today at 1-800-222-WISH. That's 1-800-222-WISH.
Who's raking? Who's slumping? Who's dealing? Catch up on all the local baseball activity from our panel of insiders as they recap and break down the latest Mets and Yankees action on Baseball Night in New York. Tonight at 6, only on SNY.
And he hits one to deep right. Back goes Judge on the track at the wall. She's gone. Ball game over. Houston wins. Carlos Correa hits the first pitch into the right field seats. And in 11 innings, the Astros win 3-2.
Aaron Boone didn't have any patience for James Paxton, removing him after 2 1/3. Big Maple gave up just 1 run, but the second-year skipper decided to rely on his power relievers to get through the bulk of Game 2. Let's go back to Houston and check in with Andy Martino.
This is what we expected and frankly wanted when we were looking ahead to a Yankees-Astros ALCS. You've got 2 great teams, 2 heavyweights, who really, in most ways, played at their best in Game 2. Justin Verlander, of course, was dominant other than 1 mistake to Aaron Judge. And 1 Yankee reliever after another was really very effective with just a couple of blips. Adam Ottavino hung 1 slider. George Springer punished him for it, as great hitters do. And Jay Happ at the end hit his spot with a fastball, and Carlos Correa hit it over the right field wall and won the game. So what that sets up is a 1-1 series, Yankee Stadium on Tuesday, and a very tough assignment for the Yankees in Garrett Cole, who's on as great of a roll as any pitcher has been in recent memory in the postseason. In order to beat Cole, or try to, the Yankees are going to have to try the same plan that they used against Verlander. Wait for him to make 1 mistake and try to punish it. They're not going to get that many opportunities, and this is the game that could swing this series. We'll see what happens in New York on Tuesday. Right now from Houston, with the Yankees, Andy Martino, SNY.
Thanks, Andy. Although both camps won't confirm it, our SNY MLB insider Andy Martino, who you just saw, is reporting that Carlos Beltran interviewed for the open Mets manager position on Thursday. And before Game 2 of the ALCS, Andy spoke with Beltran about his desire to become a big league skipper.
I just retired from the game. The Yankees gave me the opportunity to interview for the job. I wasn't thinking about it, so this time around, I feel like I'm more prepared by working in the front office from the Yankees, being able to see where baseball is going, being able to see the way the information, the value that information has on players. I know that experience as a manager is not there, but I played 20 years in baseball, so I got to be able to be proactive in the clubhouse, dealing with situations and in the clubhouse, and being able to work on how important chemistry is in the clubhouse. So those things, I feel like I had them down. The managerial situation have to come with opportunity and time to do it.
Just as somebody who had a great career, long career in the game, you have a good job now with another team, I'm sure a good life. What makes someone at your level still want to get in a dugout and have that competition and do this job potentially at some point?
I love the game. I love to compete. I did it for 20 years, and I feel like I can impact, players' life in a positive way. there's no doubt that as a manager, you're going to have your moments where you might need to sit down and have a tough conversation with a player. But at the end of the day, I did that as a player, so it won't be any different. I was able to, throughout my career, to be able to have good relationship, being able to have good conversations with the players, and I'm willing to do the same as a manager.
According to NBC Sports Philadelphia, the Phillies will interview Buck Showalter in New York on Monday, and we'll talk with Joe Girardi Monday as well. Showalter and especially Girardi are both considered candidates for the Mets managerial opening, but their NL East rivals could be looking for experience as well after firing Gabe Kapler last week. Still ahead, we'll have much more reaction from Houston on the Yanks' tough Game 2 loss in extra innings as the series now heads to the Bronx. We'll hear from Aaron Judge next on Geico Sports Night.
Geico Sports Night is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
Great weather, great friends. You just saved a bunch of money by switching your boat insurance to Geico.
It was easy. Folks, can it get any better than this?
Is that what I think it is?
That is an armada of tiny sushi boats.
Awesome! I forgot to pack lunch.
You had one job. Oh, chopsticks, wasabi, and soy. Coming in a little hot.
It only gets better when you switch and save with Geico.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth.
J.G. Wentworth, how can I help you get cash?
I want to pay off my debt and move into my own place, but I need cash now to do it.
Let's see if we can help. Do you get regular payments from an insurance company? For example, from a personal injury settlement or car accident?
Yes, monthly, and it's been working out okay. The thing is, it's my money and I need it now.
Right. So how does this sound? In exchange for some or all of your future payments, we give you a lump sum of cash now. And since this isn't a personal loan, there's no credit check. What will you do with more cash? Buy a car, get an apartment, go to school? After all, it's your money. Use it when you need it. Call now and you'll also get $25 for receiving a quote.
Call 1-800-730-1623 for your free cash now quote. That's 1-800-730-1623. Call now.
Thanks, J.G. Wentworth.
You're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go, babe. I'm never gonna let you go. No, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The only time the Yankees saw any offense Sunday came from outfielder Aaron Judge. Seriously, he produced the only runs for New York against the ace Justin Verlander with this 2-run homer in the fourth. However, Judge understands this battle won't be easy as the series goes to the Bronx.
We felt good against Verlander. We felt good against her pennant, and it really didn't matter. We just had quite a few chances to score guys, and we just weren't able to get the job done. That's what it comes down to is, just a lot of missed opportunities. Yeah, we had a lot of chances that game. We had them on the ropes, basically all game, and just weren't able to seal the deal, but we're confident going back home, splitting the 2 games here and, have 3 in the Bronx.
Back to the NFL for some quick hits. Odell Beckham Jr. has gotten off to a slow start in his new home of Cleveland, but check out the acrobatics on this incredible 41-yard catch against the Seahawks. Looks like the OBJ of old, but Oh, that's special. But a Baker Mayfield pick in the red zone killed that drive. And then with 2:47 left in the game, Browns down 4. Mayfield throws another pick to KJ Wright. Baker's third pick of the game. Seahawks win 32-28 as Cleveland falls to 2-4. Eagles in Minnesota after a 24-3 Vikings lead. Philly made it a 4-point game, but Kirk Cousins connects with Stephon Diggs for his third TD reception of the day in the back of the end zone. Vikings would win 38-20. Eagles sit at 500. That does it for Geico Sports Night. I'm Chris Williamson. Don't forget ALCS Fallout, Jets analysis, the latest on the Mets managerial search. Be sure to flip back over Monday at 5 for the thread with Justine Ward and